Hello lovely people, Happy New Year! How are you all? I hope you're well. I hope you had either a nice, quiet, gentle passage into the new year, if that's what you wanted, or a really woo noisy party passage into the new year, if that's what you wanted. Mine was a bit different this year. Also, just to say as well, normally I would make this kind of video to go out on New Year's Eve, but I was busy doing other things, so here we are in the new year. Today for me it's New Year's Day. You'll see this tomorrow. Yeah, for the first time ever, certainly as an adult, for the first time ever, I didn't stay up till midnight. Normally I like to stay up till midnight, see the new year in and watch the fireworks. And of course this time last year, I was still in my London flat, right in the top of the building, almost at the top of a hill. So I had the most amazing view to sort of just sit in my window and watch all the fireworks happening. And also, of course, the fireworks down in the centre of London, either go to them, which I've done on occasion, or they're on the telly. But no, last night I was just so utterly shattered. I kid you not, 8:30 in the evening, excuse me, 8:30, and I just thought to myself, you know, the best present I can give myself right now is to cave into this exhaustion and just go to bed. So yeah, I was in bed by 8:30. I woke briefly at, I was going to say about exactly 8 minutes to midnight, and I thought momentarily about getting up, sort of maybe going and standing on the front doorstep or on the back door, you know, watch anyone else's fireworks. But I thought, I can't be bothered, so I lay in bed, I stayed in bed. I heard a few, there wasn't much. I don't think there was a big public display. I think there has been in previous years, but no, there was nothing last night. That certainly I didn't hear anything. And then I reckon by a couple of minutes past 12 I was sound asleep again until about 1:30 when the guests upstairs came back from wherever they'd spent their revels. It made me laugh. I could hear them on the stairs going, "Shh, don't wake the neighbour, shh," really loudly. Anyway, so yeah, got up at 8 after nearly 12 hours in bed, and honestly, I feel like I could go, I can hardly even speak today. I feel like I could go straight back to bed and sleep all day. Maybe my body is telling me something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So if I nod off during this video, can someone give me a prod and wake me up? Right. Just before I kind of get into last year, this year, whatever, I had a few things arrive after I'd filmed my Christmas video on my own. So a few thank yous to say. I don't know who this one is to. It's an empty packet. Can you read what it says? It's Rich Butter Tablet. The wee copper pot. Sorry friends in Scotland. Someone sent me some tablet. Remember I mentioned it during Treats of a Tenner, how treats of a tenner, treats for a tenner. Honestly, I need a week in bed. How I'd bought the Edinburgh Rock. If they'd had tablet, I would have bought tablet. Anyway, so someone sent me 2 bars of this. Whoever you are, thank you so much. Mullered, gone. Actually, just thinking about it now, yeah, all my sweet treats have gone. Starting the new year with a clean slate. More of that in a minute. I also have, this came through the post. Oh, lovely. Actually, this is sweet. Peach, apricot and apple. It's organic. It's juice from Bayona. Bayona, you'll have seen their label in my cupboard from time to time. I use them for beans and chickpeas and things. But this arrived, it didn't have a label of any sort in it. So I think it might be from Carla. Is it from you, Carla? Someone did mention that they'd ordered something for me. It might be coming in separate parcels. Perhaps that was also from you. I don't know. They both came from Amazon, but in separate parcels, but that's lovely. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge to chill. I did make a note, it says consume within 3 days. I suppose one could freeze it, but I'll be happy to consume that over the course of 3 days. So thank you ever so much. It might even get opened as I'm chatting today. It might give me a bit of pep, a bit of vim and vigour. And then I had a lovely parcel from doesn't augur well, does it? From Veronique. I mentioned the panettone has gone already, but there was also some more sweet treats. Oh, all gone now, but I'll keep that tin. Shortbread, that's a really nice size little tin. That's useful for threads or bits of ribbon or what have you. Some tea bags, some soap, and this geranium and rose scented candle. Do you want to smell? Smell it. That's lovely. So I shall very much enjoy that. So thank you everybody for your kindness, bits and bobs of gifts, cards. Oh, and this card came as well from Nancy, and I love it. I've got others from her over the years. She's hand watercoloured it. I've kept the others from previous years, and I'll certainly keep this because it's so sweet and perfect for my first Christmas here. Look, little beach huts with a little bit of snow. I've only ever seen snow down here twice. And I suppose, are we getting warmer? I don't know. Yeah, I can't imagine snow down here now, but that's so gorgeous. Actually, I think that deserves a little frame, doesn't it? It's adorable. So thank you, lovely. But yeah, thank you for all your comments as well and messages over Christmas and New Year saying Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. I haven't replied to every single person individually, but definitely a heart from me. Good, I love that. Thank you. So to all of you, a Happy New Year. I hope it starts well for you all. I know some of you will be carrying old injuries with you into the new year, but yeah, let's just hope for the best for each other. So, oh yes, sorry, there's one more that arrived, and this came from Moon Spinners, North by Northwest. Again, it's off the back of Treats for a Tenner. I've actually just got it perched on the end of the sofa at the moment. I picked up the DVD of To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant and what's her name, Grace Kelly. It's another Hitchcock. And Moonspinner said, have you ever seen North by Northwest? No, I never have. And again, it's Cary Grant. I mean, what a ridiculously handsome man. I mean, just, that's absurd perfection in a face, isn't it? So, yeah, thank you so much. I'll be enjoying that too. I don't know whether... I was thinking after I've made this video today, edit, upload and all that kind of stuff, oh, I'd just curl up on the sofa with my film. But honestly, I think I'll be asleep. I don't think I'd last 2 minutes. I did have one of my Treats for a Tenner presents already. All the sweeties have gone. But one of the books I did read, and that's the... Oh, let's see the lights. The Wolves of Willoughby Chase by Joan Aiken. You know what? It's a fun, sweet little read. Couple of hours in the afternoon for an adult. It says on the back age 9+, and I hadn't seen that at first, and I was thinking, oh yeah, when I was 7 or 8, 8 or 9, I would have loved this book. It's kind of the perfect kids book in that there's a big, sort of slightly spooky house. Might there be secret passageways? Ooh. Then there's the sort of the baddie of the sort of the governess. She's sort of like the wicked stepmother character. A couple of kids, who's on their side, who's not on their side. Oh, and then they get taken away and locked away somewhere else, and it's miserable and, you know, scrubbing hard stone floors and shivering under thin sheets, all that kind of thing. And then how the kids come good in the end. So it's a really old-fashioned themes for a kids book. It's actually written in 61. Was it written in 61? In 62. It was written in 62. But it actually feels like it could have been written in 1890. It reminds me a bit of E. Nesbit, you know, The Phoenix and the Carpet, Five Children and It, and those. And also it's got a bit of The Secret Garden to it, that sort of thing. Immense fun, really sweet. And like I said, the 9 or 8-year-old me would have loved it. And what I really loved are the illustrations. Let me see if I can find a full page one. So again, they're modern. It's a modern. Well, it's 1962 modern anymore. A modern illustrator, Pat Marriott. Let me find you another couple, and let me bring it really up close. They remind me of Edward Ardisoni, one of my all-time favourite illustrators. But it's like Edward. I'm going to try and find one of the wolves again. If you imagine Edward Ardisoni crossed with Edward Gorey. There we go. Okay, a lot of you Brits may not know who Edward Gorey is. He's more popular on the other side of the pond. But Edward Gorey, again, I'm a huge fan of his. Again, modern. But he writes sort of, everything's very dark. It's dark humour. So he writes and illustrates his books. They're little books. I'd show you one, except everything's packed. But one of my favourite tomes of his is it's an abecedarian, an alphabet book. But it's all, you might know the Gashly Crumb Tinies. So it's all about kids and how they, it's going to sound awful, but it's very tongue-in-cheek, take it as tongue-in-cheek. It's all these kids and the misadventure that befalls them that leads to their death. So for instance, N is for Neville, who died of ennui, and there's a picture of Neville dying from boredom. There's another one who's run through with an awl. I know it sounds absolutely awful, but it's tongue-in-cheek, it's humorous, and his wonderful dark sense of humour and dark drawings, they reminded me a little bit of Pat Marriott's illustrations. Anyway, I'm sure most of you have already read it 40, 50 years ago. She also wrote Black Hearts in Battersea. I won't be in a rush to, look at having a kid's book. It's a one-off at Christmas as part of my treats for a tenner. So I won't be rushing out to buy any more. But it was cute. Curiosity got the better of me. It's one of those titles I'd been aware of for years and years and years. So it was fun to finally read it. Yay! And to really enjoy those illustrations. Okay, talking of books, because I've got my props with me. There's a couple I've read. So you're going to see the next video is... there's a couple of moments. Stick with it though, because it's not all... I'm not just moaning. And at the end of that video, a couple of books I've recently read, so I won't spoil it by saying it now. But yeah, they've been immense fun. But in terms of my book of the year for 2025, it is hands down. You're probably almost certainly not going to remember all the different books I've read. I know that some of them, as I've mentioned them in videos going through the year, you've then gone out and bought or borrowed from the library and also thoroughly enjoyed. So I'm really glad that the books I pick to read for myself, I'm glad they kind of land with you guys too. But undoubtedly my favourite, it was a gift from Angela, and actually there were two that she bought. I still haven't read the other one, I'm saving it, but I did read this one and it is truly gorgeous. All light issues. It's Of Thorn and Briar by Paul Lamb. A Year with the West Country Hedge Layer. I utterly adored it. It's so simple. There's Paul Lamb in the back of his converted horse box that he lives in as a sort of a caravan. His work is mostly in Somerset and Cornwall and Dorset, but at Devon. And does what it says on the tin. He's a hedge layer. Look, there's a beautifully laid hedge there. And it goes through the year with him. So there are 12 chapters, 12 months of the year. And we feel, reading it, we are completely immersed in the world of nature and the fields of England. It's beautiful. The birds, the wildflowers, the hedgerows that he's trying to restore and increase diversity of species within the hedgerows. If you like, even if you don't live in the countryside, but if you like countryside matters, countryside living, rural affairs, natural history, yeah, you do well to have a little read of this. So I believe it was published last year, 2025, and yeah, it's published 2025, the hardback came out. So I would imagine that this year the paperback will come out. So maybe ask your library if they've got a copy, or can borrow a copy from a different library, or, because obviously hardbacks are really expensive, aren't they? Wait for the paperback to come out. But honestly, like I say, if you like the countryside and craft, working with one's hands, being out in the elements, if that's your kind of gig, I think you would love it. And it's I think we're well worth tracking down, finding yourself a copy of. Find a copy, share it with friends who are like-minded. I'm sure they'd love it too. So yes, definitely my book of 2025. As I go into 26, I'm reading one of the railway books I got as part of my treats for a tenner. But I've got quite an eclectic stack of unread books. I think I'm back up to about 20 unread books. I don't need any books for a while. Naughty Vivi, no more buying books. I was going to say it's quite an eclectic collection. It, in some ways it is, but actually I think I'm just trying to picture them, because I keep them in the bedroom because I don't have shelves in here yet. These aren't mine, these are all in my shop. So if ever you look over my shoulder and think, oh, that looks interesting, it's in my shop. These are not Vivi's books. Everything I've got waiting to be read, it's pretty much all natural history in some way or other. Anyway, you'll find out about those as the year progresses, because as and when I read them, I'll share with you. So, apart from the fact that I want to go to sleep, my eyes feel so heavy, it's ridiculous. In the next couple of days, so I'm going to have a quiet-ish day today. Like I said, I think it's that thing of listen to your body. If your body is saying, I'm done, then, obviously the whole of December has been quite busy. There was lots of filming. So even if you see one video, quite often that's been me going out on 3 or 4 different days to get different bits of shots for a video. So it's been really busy. And then obviously ending with having guests. That's always busy, because before they come, obviously I have a day of cooking and cleaning and shopping and getting beds sorted out. And then once they've gone, it's like, okay, strip the beds, do the laundry, get back to tidy, put the camp bed away. And it's always, and oh my goodness, I don't begrudge it for a second. I've loved hosting this year. But I think it just takes a little bit more out of me than my normal everyday life. And I was thinking about this last night when I was tossing up about going to bed. I've been here 8 months now. It's 9 months. I've been here 9 months now. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, I've been here 9 months. And in 9 months, I've hosted 8 times, which has been brilliant. How wonderful to be somewhere where I can host. But that's quite full on. So I might have to spread things out a bit more next year. Just in terms of my energy afterwards. I got sidetracked. What was I going to talk about? Oh yes, so a little bit easier today, but then tomorrow, which is earlier than 12th night, take the decorations down. Take down my improvised card tree. It's all the foliage is dried up now. It worked a treat. That I'm going to see if I can give you a bit of a better show of it. See, it worked a treat for hanging my cards on. Are we back with the right shot? Yeah, it's a simple little improvisation and it worked. So yes, tomorrow I'll be taking down the decorations. The tree won't go for a little while. I've arranged with one of those charities. I mentioned this might be in one of the videos that's coming up. There are 2 videos coming up that I filmed was it on the 24th of December? It's just before Christmas, so there might be a couple of things which are incongruous, never mind. I'm having a charity pick the tree up. So you give a donation to the charity and they collect the tree and take it off for chipping and composting. But yeah, decorations down. And I actually quite like that moment. I know that for some of you that will be anathema. Some of you will want to keep your tree up as long as possible. I know some of you will probably want to keep your tree up till the end of January, having had it up since the end of October. Hey, like I said to Stevie Weedy, do whatever makes you happy. If it makes you happy and it's not hurting anyone else, then to heck with it, do what you want. For me though, I mean, with the whole of Christmas, this is the case as well, I think. I love the run up to Christmas. I like the sort of 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas. So from about the 1st of December, I don't really like Christmas stuff being before December, but I love the run up. I love the lights being turned on and the shop fronts getting decorated. I like that there are an extra few events going on, like there might be carol concerts in some of the different churches, carols at the bandstand, that sort of thing. So I love all of that build up to Christmas and then enjoying Christmas Day for me for what it is, a day off, whatever it is, getting the decorations in. I love it all. But then once Christmas is done, I just want to get on with normality. That's what it is. For me, it's special because it is just this little moment of time each year, just 2 or 3 weeks of, it's really special, it's lovely. Oh, but it's like treats. If you have a treat every day, it stops being a treat. So yeah, I like to keep Christmas short and sweet. I like to start the new year with a clean slate. And in fact, there have been some years when I've started the new year, all of this is already done already, it's all down already. Get the decks down, get the tree down, hoover, have a really good clean. I know that there'll be tons of you as well who really like to do that spring clean before New Year's Day. So you start the year fresh. I mean, it's daft in a way, isn't it? It's all psychological because today is the same as yesterday, is the same as tomorrow will be. It's just a day, it's just another page turned over in the diary. But yeah, there's definitely something psychological, isn't there, about I want to start with a clean slate. I want to start with, I want the house aired, fresh air breezing through, even if it's cold air. Everything's clean, everything's put away and back in its place. And actually, I've gone further than that some years. Yeah, in some years I've gone further than just having the clean slate. Excuse that little interruption. I wanted to go and get some more water, but I thought I'd better have it in a cup, be a bit more ladylike. Yes, going further than having just a clean slate, and that is having I don't know if I call it a declutter as such, because I don't think I'm a person who has clutter, but certainly a good sort out, a bit of a pull things out of cupboards and a clear out. That's what you might call it, a bit of a clear out. Especially if, for example, if you've had Christmas presents, it might be that, I'm going to try and think of something now. Let's say you were given a new milk jug. You might think to yourself, right, so I've got my lovely new milk jug. Now I've got the old milk jug. Maybe I can give it a clean, of course. Let the old milk jug go, send it to a charity shop. The whole 1 in, 1 out kind of rule. So yeah, you might find that finding homes for all your lovely gifts, that you need to make space. You want to have a bit of a I'm really struggling to speak today, a bit of a clear out. And actually I was thinking, because I have got a few extra Christmas decorations now, because I've got my London ones, I've got the lovely ceramic bauble from Richard and Paul, I've got that one that was new this year. Oh, and Veronique who sent me the paper ones that fold around and around and around, the ombre ones, a couple of those which were little to hang in the tree. Honestly, I have enough tree decorations. Please, please, please don't anybody send me tree decorations next year, because I might not even have a tree. Not next year, it's this year now. I've got to get used to that. But yeah, with my little bits and bobs extra, I don't think they're all going to quite fit into the box that I used to have them in. So that's my excuse for raiding that big understairs cupboard I've got. I've got 6 or is it 7 boxes, the big, well, they're not that big, but actually compared to a lot of people, I probably have very small boxes for storage, but I've got 6 or 7 boxes, that sort of size. That's something I can think about having a go through. I could do that this afternoon, that'll keep my eyes open, won't it? Or maybe just give in to the sleep, Vivi. It's amazing. I was talking to Richard and Paul about this while they were here, the whole declutter thing, or the sort of, the go-through for downsizing. That I did a big one 3 years ago, then had another go at it a year or so ago, getting ready for the move. And then even since I've moved in, there have been a few more things I've thought, I can let go of that, that's fine. The job of purging is never quite done, is it? Because I know that the guys did a big one, I think also about 3 years ago, when they first put their house on the market. And I think they're thinking that actually they can probably have another go through now. We'll see. Which brings me neatly to the subject of the fact that, goodness me, what a year. I'm not going to go on too long today. Getting to the end of the year, again, I think there's a natural psychology to it that we think, how has this year been? Was it a good year? Was it a bad year? I don't think it's particularly healthy for us to say that was a bad year. Don't write off a whole year. There were probably some really good things in your year, even if there have been some awful things. 23, I could say that was an awful year because it was the year my sister died. But there were some wonderful things in 23 as well. So I'm not going to write off the whole year by saying that. But when I reflect back on 25, well, obviously the big thing was the move. And sitting here, not here, because I wasn't here, was I? I was in London a year ago. On New Year's Eve to do my chat, I was still, at that point, I was really optimistic that, well, the solicitors, everyone had gone on holiday for the Christmas period. They took 2 weeks off. Everyone took 2 weeks off, it seemed. And I thought, right, when they come back, surely, we're so near to finishing. Maybe by the end of January, I'll be moving. Yay! So I was really excited and optimistic. But oh goodness, as we went into the new year, it just became apparent that it just was not going to go smoothly. So much so that by mid and certainly by the end of February, I honestly thought the whole thing was going to be off. I got to the stage where I just thought, I can't deal with this. There were 2 major incompetencies I was having to deal with: my buyer's solicitors and my own freeholder. And I thought, no matter how much I do, no matter how perfectly or well I do things, I cannot control that person's incompetency. So yeah, there was definitely a point in February where I was reconciling myself to this isn't happening, which was kind of sort of breaking my heart at the same time. But I kept fighting. I kept it kept saying, hang in there, Vivi, hang in there, Vivi. If they ask you for the same document for the 5th time, just give them the same document for the 5th time. Just keep trying to push this along, keep trying to make it happen. And that's when I kind of took matters into my own hands and got in touch with my buyer personally, which they don't recommend. But I thought, I am not letting her get scared off by incorrect statements from her solicitors. I've got to make this move happen. And now that I'm here, well, you can see why, can't you? You can see why I fought so hard to make it happen. I came home. I came home. There's no two ways about it. That's not to say for 35 years in London I wasn't happy. I was very, 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 very happy. Thank you very much. People keep saying, oh, you're happy now, as if I wasn't happy then. I was. I've been happy for 35 years. But anyway, I've gone down that road before. But yes, it was obviously the right move for me at the right time. And, you know, overwhelmingly, I love it. There's no ounce of regret or hesitation about any of it. It's not all roses and unicorns, of course not. Life isn't like that. There are some quite big stresses hanging over my head, which I will just keep doing what I do, which is trying to tackle things head on as best I can. I've had stress in my life before and I've dealt with it, and this stress that's hanging over me now, I will deal with. But I think one thing, definitely as we go into this new year, I think last year, how to put it, I think a lot of last year was, I was kind of running on adrenaline a lot of the time, and the excitement. Who wouldn't, because it's so great. But I think I was sort of being very reactive rather than active. So I kept responding. I'm doing this because I'm responding to that. And I want this year to be a bit more driven by me. So yes, get some of the stressy stuff out of the way. But I want to drive my own schedule a bit more now. Obviously, I've moved in. That's the big one done. And things like the building works, some of that's out of my control, just have to wait and see, especially the windows. But yeah, things like getting on with the bookshelves, that will be great. Getting on with the garden, especially digging out the shade garden, digging all the rubbish out of there. The garden may not end up anywhere near finished this year, because if and when the roof happens, that's going to be scaffolding out there. It's going to mess things up, and it might be out there for weeks. Also with the windows, if the windows happen, that's going to cause mess out there. So I'm going to carry on with the garden and plug on and do as much clearing as I can. But I don't think it's going to be, and forget the patio, forget the whole levelling of the patio. That's a big, big job for a couple of years down the line. Have to save up for it. But just in terms of the beds I have got, I don't think it's going to be finished even this year, just because of the amount of tradespeople and workmen, and I don't know, there might be some work women who are going to be traipsing in and out, and scaff and rubbish and all that. So I'm kind of open to that. I'll do what I can, the best I can, and it's not going to be perfect. But by the time all of that's done and they've gone, hopefully the garden will be a bit clearer, and therefore ready for me to hit the ground running in 2027. Oh my goodness, is it that already? Where's time gone? So yes, I want this year to be a bit more on my terms rather than on the terms of the needs of the building and the people in the building and all that. You get what I mean. But also, and I say it every year, really going to try it this year, to try to give myself 1 day a week off. Just 1 day. You know, I've been working pretty much 7 days a week for 9 years, and it's a killer. And you might say, oh, well, you've just had 4 days off with the guys down. And yeah, it was absolutely lovely having them down, but I'm still kind of on. I'm still kind of, you know, because in the morning, get up and try and do some of my socials, and in the evening after they've gone to bed, maybe a bit of editing or whatever. But also because I'm entertaining, it's like I'm cooking and anyway, you know what I mean. It's although it's lovely, it's absolutely gorgeous. But it's not the same as having a week off where there are no emails to scare me. There's nothing worrying going on with the building. A week of no worry, wouldn't that be nice? Yay! But I think a week is too much to ask for, but one day isn't. And I would like to use my one day a week when the weather improves. I just want to make sure I make more use of the beach. And my plan is basically to have one day off a week to go up to the far end of the beach, to just lie on the beach all day with a book and a picnic. I mean, I live by the sea. Why wouldn't that be part of my life? So yeah, it's not a New Year's resolution as such. I'm not going to make a New Year's resolution, because then if I can't keep it, I don't want to beat myself up. But I think that's a good goal. It's a goal for me. Yeah. So there we go. 2025. What a great year. It got me moved. And that's all I could ask for last year, is just get this move done, and it's done. And now it's, hopefully fun stuff like shelves, hopefully fun stuff like decorating. But again, someone was asking me about this recently, about the wallpaper for the bedroom and when am I going to do it. There's no point in doing any of that until the windows are done, because getting those windows out and the new ones in, it's going to be messy. I know I've experienced that in the past. It's just messy, so why would I put beautiful white wallpaper on the walls that's going to get it's just not worth it. So decorating is on hold until the windows are done. When will the windows be done? How long is that piece of string? I have no idea. It depends how my planning appeal goes. Maybe that's the other thing I'm going to be doing this year, apart from having a day off and spending it on the beach, is sitting most of the time with my fingers crossed for the windows. Anyway, right, I'm starting to waffle now. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope your mind is full of goals and exciting things to think about doing. Or maybe your goal is simply to just take life a little bit easier, take your foot off the gas a bit. Whatever it is, I wish you good luck. I wish you well with those plans. I will see you all again really soon for the next one, which is called, I think the next video is called I'm Fuming. You'll see why. Until then, look after yourselves, everyone. Cheerio.